been happening.
Double Blue the favourite, and 4-1 opened at 5s. Suze La Roque is 9-1 from 10-1, and Neither Nor also a 9-1 chance. De Muller and Peter Freak both at 14s. Branson Avion 16-1 along with Daring Destiny. Karanita a 20-1 chance together with Hard to Figure and Duplicity. Number to Count also at 20s. Asiana is 25s along with Ansel Man and Sir Joey and How's Your Father, Mr. Jolson, Palace Gate Touch and Selhurst Perk Flyer. Absolute Magic also a 25-1 chance, and Shikari's Son shows at 33s. Amron again on the 33-1 mark. Encore Milady also 33s, together with Venture Capitalist, Celestial Key and Darren Boy. Night Melody at 50-1, together with Sun Express, Diminuet and First Veil.
Well, racing is now facing a very serious problem. You remember this morning on the morning line we gave you 12-1 the best price Double Blue and Thuse La Roque, and 14-1 Neither Nor. 12, 12 and 14. They're now 4-1 Double Blue, 8-1 now Neither Nor, 8 and 9-1 Thuse La Roque. Now bookmakers, many of them do guarantee you take a price. If the SP's bigger, they'll give you that. It never is in these cases, but they're shortening them up, and so many punters are on SP starting prices that they are getting turned over something absolutely rotten. 4, 8 Neither Nor and 9 Thuse La Roque. Whoever would have believed it? But we did tell you on the morning line these were the shorteners. My God, haven't they shortened?
They certainly have, but I'm sure Mac would argue market forces. Daring Destiny nearest to us. How's Your Father in the spotted cap? Shikari's Son the black jacket, and the grey is First Veil. Diminuet is privileged to go in last. It's not going to be long now for the Ladbrokes Air Gold Cup, lined up 6 furlongs the trip. Still waiting on Diminuet to go in. How's Your Father getting a bit keen? Diminuet walks into the stall. She's a bit of a madam. She's one here though. That's it, they're lined up. 6 furlongs the dash, they break away. And Double Blue, 5 from the right, has certainly come out very fast. A little bit slow to go. Sir Joey, Mr. Jolson, the far side. They're coming down centre to the stand side. Thuse La Roque, Palace Gate Touch, Ansel Man just off the pace. And it's Encore Milady that's blazing the trail. Encore Milady has the edge from Selhurst Park Flyer, Double Blue in a line of 3. Thuse La Roque running fast. Alziana I can see up there well. So too Mr. Jolson just in behind them. Right down the stand side running fast is Saint Express in black and white stripes. Number to Count behind that one. Daring Destiny on the extreme left. They're halfway. It's Encore Milady who leads from Thuse La Roque and Alziana and Double Blue and Selhurst Park Flyer and De Muller with a rush. On the extreme left it's Daring Destiny certainly up with the pace. Palace Gate Touch not that far away. They've got a furlong and a half to go, and it's Encore Milady, green cap Alziana. Here comes Hard to Figure. Double Blue, De Muller is striding out well at racing pace, and they come down towards the final furlong. Don't rule out Daring Destiny on the extreme left. They're inside the final furlong now, spread across the track, and it's Daring Destiny, Alziana, De Muller. It's going to be close as they race up towards the line. Hard to Figure is rallying well. Palace Gate Touch, Alziana's going to take it now at the line. A photo, leave that for the judge. Alziana, Daring Destiny, Neither Nor, Hard to Figure. Then came Palace Gate Touch and Thuse La Roque and Mr. Jolson and De Muller, and then Sir Joey, Venture Capitalist, Double Blue, and after these Encore Milady, Peter Freak, and after that one Ansel Man, Shikari's Son. Out with the washing was Night Melody, should have left his passport at home. Celestial Key hasn't found his form, he was well out of it, so too Saint Express and Number to Count and Diminuet. And so, well, would you believe it, here we go, horse number 20, Daring Destiny has won it. It's a very close call, I thought. I didn't think it was as easy as that. And now let's listen to McCurrick. Daring Destiny, blinker for the first time, drawn 29, has won the Ladbrokes Air Gold Cup. To beat horse number 17, Alziana, Willie Carsten, the green cap. The brave Hard to Figure is third, ridden by Ray Cochran, and it's going to be a close call for the 4th place as well. But let's have a look at this. Running his own race, blinker for the first time, Daring Destiny. Jason Tate has got him from the 29 stall on this Abel Albert bit of ground right down the stand side. He's come home to take it. That's our winner of the Ladbroke Air Gold Cup, Daring Destiny, drawn 29 of the 29 runners, and in the end won rather easily. Marino is in the 4th spot, Midian Blue wide in 5, then Settle 6 running the Royal Kingdom of Shades, followed by Cumbrian Rhapsody. A length behind these comes Pembridge Place. Robert Houdin on at the front end, Jinxie Jacks towards the back, and last is Let's Get Lost. They begin the turn out of the back straight, and King Curran has the edge. by a length and a half to Phil Gunn in second place. A length and a half behind these out wide Ross Marino, with much sought after in 4. A length after these comes Midian Blue, jockey wearing blue. Robert E. Lee wide of that one, half a length back to Kingdom of Shades, and a length behind these comes Pembridge Place, with Jinxie Jack and Let's Get Lost behind these. That's the order as they settle down the back straight, with on the front end King Curran, the white jacket, running the rail. The horse with the big green noseband, that's Phil Gunn, in the colours of Chris Barber Lomax. Horses invariably running that big orange noseband. And then on the outside, pink colours, that's Ross Marino showing third. Half a length behind these, Midian Blue, much sought after. Robert E. Lee sneaking up on the outside. And behind that one is Cumbrian Rhapsody, with Let's Get Lost getting competitive. And Pembridge Place is the back marker. And he was clearly out of sorts going into the stalls. And he's the back marker, and Willie Carson's asking him to race. Doesn't look that enthusiastic at this stage, does he? It's Phil Gunn in the orange noseband, sharing the pace with King Curran. Pink sleeve jacket, Ross Marino. Red jacket is much sought after, the maroon and white Robert E. Lee, now through into 5. Midian Blue is 6, a length and a half behind these, Cumbrian Rhapsody in the white sleeve showing 7. The pale jacket, Kingdom of Shades, and the pink colours on the outside of that, Let's Get Lost. Robert E. Lee, the 4-to-1 favourite. Pembridge Place at 5-to-1. Well, if you back Pembridge Place, you'll want to hire a helicopter. Willie Carson's in last place, 5-to-1 if you win. 50-to-1 with me. Turning in, Phil Gunn it is. Phil Gunn, Ross Marino, much sought after in red. Robert E. Lee, the white cap, looking to the left of the picture. The horse with the big white noseband. And then behind these, making a bit of ground in blue, is Midian Blue. White sleeve jacket with a blue star, blue and yellow star is Cumbrian Rhapsody. They come down to the 2 marker, and it's much sought after now in red, that goes on from Midian Blue in blue. Much sought after in Midian Blue, and then Phil Gunn and Let's Get Lost picking up nicely from the back. They've got a furlong and a half to go, and it's much sought after. Michael Tebbett, who won the Silver Cup, going to be pressed by Midian Blue, and Jason Tate, who won the Gold Cup. He's a length and a half of the good over. Let's Get Lost in third, having the battle for places. It's much sought after, going into a lead of 3 lengths as they race up towards the line. Top Weight's going to take it far disasters. Much sought after, and Michael Tebbett, a big race double for him. Much sought after it is from Midian Blue in second through into third. Let's Get Lost. Then Cumbrian Rhapsody and Ross Marino and Robert E. Lee and Jinxie Jack, and after that one was Phil Gunn and gap to King Curran, and then behind King Curran was Kingdom of Shades. Last, always mulish and not on terms with himself. Ignore this run. Pembridge Place was the back marker. The result then of this, the Johnny Walker Whiskey Handicap. The Top Weight, much sought after, has won in the colours of the MSA partnership, and even I can work out that stands for much sought after. Trade at Newmarket by the informed David Morley and ridden by the informed Michael Tebbett. Second horse home, Midian Blue, ridden by Jason Tate in the blue jacket there, giving unavailing chase. Third horse home, Let's Get Lost. But much sought after. That's a bit of a losing run, but this horse has gained the day and defied Top Weight. But to give more.
Mayhill Stakes at Doncaster. 1 or 2 of these ran in that race. Miasma was 7th and La Contessa was 9th. This filly won her first race at Goodwood. Wasn't the strongest of races. Since then she's faced tougher company. She's not out of it here, but she's got to improve a bit.
She's got a little bit warm, Julian, as you can see, and she runs up a little bit behind the saddle, but I think this is immaturity, actually. I think she's going to drop down into a very nice 3-year-old later on. She does nice work at home. Frankie Dettori just having to coax her up. The handler puts his hand on the rein. She'll be going into stall 1, so he's got a little bit of running to do on the outside. They go quite a nice gallop in this type of race usually, and this filly, I would think, we'll see Frankie holding her somewhere near the front rank. Frankie having a super time, 219 winners. Well, what can you say about that? He's really going like a bomb club. Horses love to run for him. Willie Carson, one of our senior riders. What can you say about Willie? He's ridden winners all around the world, from the Far East to America, and also here in Europe.
D-Lady in the black colours with the yellow sash is a filly we haven't seen. She's been a bit of a revelation, really, because she's got a, well, what you might call a bargain basement pedigree, but she's been really quick. She's been very consistent. She showed her speed when she was second at Warwick early on to Super Deeds, and she eventually broke her maiden at Beverley in August when she beat Mystic Lear.
A bargain basement price too, Julian. She cost 500 guineas as a foal, and how well she's done for just that modest outlay. Tim Sprague goes into stall 7 on D Lady.
Pure Grain firm on 2-1. Jural very easy to back on the course, 100 to 30. Likewise Aquareed at 6-1. It's the two stout fillies that are the ones for the money. This is the first race of the day over the Old Mile, the course for the Queen Elizabeth, the second stakes, the big race of the day. What a race that's going to be. Miasma is the only filly we haven't seen, a daughter of Lear Fan. She won a little race earlier on, and her last run was 7th in the Mayhill behind Mamlaka.
She looked very well in the paddock as well. A class filly this, and well, James Toller, who trains her, I think thinks a bit of her. But these jockeys are getting a bit of an edge on them at the moment. They're building up to the big race, as you say. This track needs a bit of riding, Julian. Well, this is the only one to go in, I think. So why don't we join Peter O'Sullivan?
And Miasma under Pat Edery. Already 9 winners at the 8 years of the festival, Pat. And that's it. Dance a Dream is nearest to us. They're all in for the Fillies Mile, and they're away. Closely grouped in the early stages, with Jural just about the leader. Snowtown over on the far side. Snowtown, Jural, and Musetta on the near side. Snowtown from Jural and Musetta. And over on the far side, Miasma moves into second place now, and it's Snowtown from Miasma, then comes Jural, Musetta, then Dance a Dream. Pure Grain, one of the back markers, the favourite at the moment, and Snowtown still the leader. Snowtown from Miasma and Musetta, and then Jural. Towards the outside is Aquareed, and just on the inside, to the left as we see them of Aquareed, is Pure Grain. As they race now past the 4 furlong post, Snowtown on the inside from Miasma towards the outside, Aquareed travelling quite smoothly, Jural being chased along behind them, and still sitting pretty on the favourite Pure Grain, John Reed, but Snowtown the leader. Snowtown from Miasma, Musetta over on the far rail, Aquareed comes next, and then Jural, and then Pure Grain. Coming round the outside of them with Dual D Lady on the outside of him. It's Snowtown from Miasma, Aquareed, Pure Grain under pressure now and not finding a lot. Dance a Dream is one of the back markers. It's Snowtown as they come down towards the furlong post. Snowtown being pressed by Aquareed, and here comes Pure Grain. And it's Aquareed the leader from Pure Grain on the near side, and Jural coming between horses. It's Aquareed on the far side from Jural as they race up towards the line. Aquareed is going to win it, and at the line, Aquareed is the winner. Jural is second, and third is Snowtown, and 4 is Pure Grain. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Fillies Mile, although it could be a photo for 4th place. But Sayre Darty, Walter Swinburne. 5, Ski Paradise, Utakataki. 6, Distant View, Pat Edery. 7, Turtle Island, John Reed. 8, East of the Moon, Cash Asmussen. And 9, Metaf, written by Willie Carson. Here's the betting.
And Distant View holds on to favouritism at 2-1. He's the assured favourite, having touched 9-4. Then it's 9-2 from 4, East of the Moon, well back this morning. 5-1 on the drift. The rain still hasn't come, Turtle Island. 13-2 Metaf from 6-1. 8-1 Ski Paradise. 10-1 Big Stone. We hear that Olivier Pellier has just arrived on the course, but it's too late. Frankie Dettori has been declared to ride. 14-1 Barrister, perhaps the value of the race. 16-1 Sayre Darty, and 66-1 the outsider Maroof. Well, what a paddock scene there is for this great race, because with 2 fillies and 7 colts parading in front of a packed paddock side, these are the stallions of the future, and in the case perhaps of the 3 great fillies, Sayre Darty, East of the Moon, and Metaf, the great broodmares of the future. But this is the favourite, Distant View, a horse who Henry feels is better than he's ever been. Didn't run as a 2-year-old, so he's entitled to improve and become a really outstanding horse in the autumn of his 3-year-old career.
Julian, looking at him, I think he's the pick of the paddock too.
Mr. John Magna, and destined for the Coolmore Stud in Ireland when he finishes his racing.
When he beat Guided Tour in the 2000 Guinness, on the Curragh in that very heavy ground. I mean, that was a terrific performance, Julian, for any classic. But he's a lovely horse, and he's a horse that absolutely shines when the ground is really heavy. He's a high-class colt on good ground. He could even win races on firm, but when he gets the going he loves, he's a machine. He really quickens up. I think...
Guineas and the mount of Michael Kinane. Following him is last year's winner with yet another new jockey. Frankie Dettori takes over from the late arriving Olivier Pellier, blinkered for the first time, but as we saw, a magnificent winner in 1993. Maroof, the outsider of the entire field, the only non-Group 1 winner in the whole field, the stable companion of Metcalfe. Richard Hills is the jockey. Sayadati, the winner of last year's 1,000 guineas and last year's Prix Jacques Le Marois. Fourth in this race last year, wasn't at her best at Longchamp 3 weeks ago, but a filly of the highest caliber. Ski Paradise, the winner of the Prix du Moulin and the Spring Cup in Tokyo, trained by one of the great trainers of our lifetime, André Fabre, ridden by Yutaka Take. The favourite, Distant View, winner of the Sussex Stakes and just touched off in the St James's Palace Stakes. He looks the very peak, at the peak of perfection for a thoroughbred. Turtle Island, the sensational winner of the Irish 2,000 guineas by 15 lengths. But will the ground be too lively for him today? The mount of John Reed. Another classic winner, a dual classic winner, East of the Moon, the mount of Cash Asselson, the brilliant winner of the French 1,000 guineas and Oaks. Can she avenge her defeat of her Dame Miesk in this race 7 years ago? And the fifth classic winner in the race, Metcalfe, winner of the Irish 1,000 and the Telebrint Celebration Mile. Willie Carson's bidding for his 8th success in this race. He won it on Rose Bowl twice, Known Fact, and most recently La Bible in 1992.
A lot of the crowd coming down to have a look at this parade of equine talent, and my goodness, have we got some for you here today. A lot of these horses are just getting a tiny bit edgy, as you can see, and well, a lot of work's gone into them. They're just beginning to get a little bit warm, and the filly, in fact, I think it's Metcalfe with Willie Carson just getting a little bit worked up there, but as they load Ski Paradise, well, Cash Rasmussen didn't look too worried in the stalls, Jim.
A great race in prospect. Let's join Peter O'Sullivan.
She's gone in sweetly, Metcalfe. This is Maroof. And Distant View. And Pat Edery. And that's it. All 9 in stall for the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes. Under orders, and they're off. Maroof over on the far side. Sayadati right up with the pace. Distant View, surprisingly also. And Metcalfe right over on the far side. Sayadati up with them. They're not going a blistering pace in the early stages. Maroof is taking them along. Maroof it is from Distant View, then Sayadati on the inside. Over on the far side, Metcalfe. Then Big Stone just in behind them. Tucked in on the rail behind Sayadati is East of the Moon. The back marker at the moment is Ski Paradise. Maroof it is still leading them from Distant View and Sayadati, and on the far side, Metcalfe. And still, Maroof and Richard Hills taking them along. From Distant View on the left, just tucked in behind the leader is Sayadati towards the outside, the striped cap of Metcalfe. Big Stone is tucked just in behind them. They're past the halfway mark, well past it, and racing now towards the home turn. And it's still Maroof, the leader, from Distant View in second, and Metcalfe third, then Sayadati and Big Stone, and Turtle Island coming on the outside. Ski Paradise is still the back marker. They're into the straight now. And as they hit the straight, it's still Maroof over on the far side, from Metcalfe on the near side. Turtle Island coming there. Pat Edery asking Distant View for an effort now. Coming there from behind is Big Stone. East of the Moon has got a lot to do, and Distant View now has taken it up from Maroof. It's Distant View on the near side, Maroof, and coming there now, Baratheer now coming, it's Maroof holding him over on the far side, but being being challenged by Barathia. Maroof from Barathia. Big Stone is third. Maroof has won it. Barathia is second and Big Stone is third, and Ski Paradise came for the rear to be fourth. Distant View came next, and behind them was Turtle Island, and behind Turtle Island, Sayadati in the disappointing East of the Moon, and would you believe it, Maytaf is tailed off last, and this is the shock winner of the 1994 Queen Elizabeth II Stakes. Maroof, owned by Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum, carrying his second colours, trained by Robert Armstrong, ridden by Richard Hills. Second was number 1, Barathia, owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by Luca Kumani and ridden by Michael Canan. And third was number 2, Big Stone, last year's winner, Big Stone for France, owned by Mr. Daniel Wildenstein, trained by Elie Lelouch and ridden by Frankie Dettori, with fourth, number 5, Ski Paradise. There's congratulations to Richard Hills from Frankie Dettori on this amazing success, the only runner in the race who had earned less than 6 figures.
This stage, there's no doubt about it. Number 2, Royal Abjar, the German Guinness winner, has got his head in front. But Miss Flight, trained in Newmarket by Chris Wall, ridden powerfully by George Duffield, is certainly putting in a personal best, if not to win this race. Between the pair is the French favourite, Green Tune. So in our opening race on this international day, we've got England, France and Germany, all very closely represented indeed. Miss Flight next to the rails. Has he got his head in front to win a Group 2 race? It'd be a personal best if he's achieved that.
What a start to the day. What a marvellous beginning to Arc Day. And old Zoman may not have made his mark at stud, but he hasn't lost much of his dash, has he? He'd run a really fine race in the lead here until, understandably, he gets tired. Green Tune, the French 2000 Guineas winner, is outside him and is going to take the lead in a moment. But just look at the other English challenger, Mist Flight, between Zoman and Green Tune, pushing through between those two. What a race Mist Flight runs. He's Chris Wall's first runner at Longchamp, and it just could be his first winner. But at this stage, Royal Abjar on the outside and Green Tune have their heads in front of him.
Yes, the 2 3-year-olds, Royal Abjar and Green Tune, can remember meeting the older Miss Flight at terms worse for weight for age. They're coming to the line now. 3 really game horses. What a splendid finish. And it's George Duffield and First Blood to the Brits.
And it looks as though just that Miss Flight has won, and what a result that will be for the Brits round here. Let me tell you, it opened 52.9 to 1, and the last show on the Paris Mutuelle 17.1 to 1. So many Brits with their francs are saying Duffield or Wall, let's have a little flutter on that, and they have. Green Tune, the last show, but that was 1.1 to 1, that's 11 to 10. Royal Abjar show was 3.8 to 1 from 9.3 to 1, but the Brits are on from more than 50 to 1 down to 17.1 to 1 at the last show. They're flying. What a start for the visitors, provided Miss Flight has made it.
Chris Wall talked to us, the trainer talked to us at Newmarket. You were quite hopeful then, weren't you?
Well, I was. He worked with Polish Admiral, who won at Newmarket on Friday, and he was annihilated him. I knew we'd got the horse right. We had 3 Guineas winners to beat today, and I said to the owner, I thought we'd be lucky to be in a photograph of 3rd place. As it is, we look like we might have won it, so I couldn't be more thrilled, I can tell you.
He hasn't run since June.
No, well, he's not a firm ground horse. He likes a bit of cut in the ground. I came here yesterday, walked the course, was a bit glum. I thought it was a bit firmer than I wanted it, but anyway, it's brilliant. George was giving him a great ride, and I knew I got the horse right. I was just hoping that I knew he'd run well, but didn't think we'd win.
And Longchamp for you, Chris? Winners before?
No, second runner here. We ran Candy Glen here in the Grand Prix de Paris in 1990, and he was 4th, a good 4th to Saumarez. So it's turning out to be a lucky track.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a great British cheer when your number comes up. We think you won,
52 to 1, I think he was on the meet.
I hope you all...
I'm sure they have. Thank you very much.
Well, the official announcement yet to come, but Brough has just told Chris there's so many supporters here today, sure to get a cheer when confirmation. Let's not preempt the result. We all think our eyesight's perfect, and here we are.
Pour le plan de nos amis britanniques qui, comme vous le savez, sont très nombreux à Longchamp pour ce prix de l'Arc de Triomphe forfait. Miss Flight, en l'occurrence, elle n'a pas loupé son apparition aujourd'hui. Donc ce fils de Dominion.
She's waiting and hoping. Will it be champagne for George Duffield and Chris Wall? The crowd haven't actually had confirmation yet. They haven't actually had confirmation. I don't think there's much doubt that he's won, but the tannoy here hasn't confirmed that to the mass throngs. Still on the number board in the middle of the track, it's a photo all three places, and that lady there, well, she's obviously not got a fortune riding on it, because she's quite able to drink her champagne happily, and why not?
I don't quite understand, Jim. They mentioned Miss Flight's name, but not the number as a winner.
They haven't called the result yet, John. The great big number board here in France, that's the three-way photo, still shows a photo all three places. So as soon as that is cleared, we'll hear that chiming come in, and then the result will be announced. That's what photo 1, photo 2, photo 3, that's what they're for first place, you see, in the middle.
Well, I'm getting rather anxious. The wait's too long.
No, not even your eyesight's that bad.
You think? Yes, of course, George Duffield's recent past included the great User Friendly when she came over here for her, well, one of her very, very few defeats. She's now in America, running really well too. And George showing absolutely no sign of being... There he is. There he is. As Willie Carson weighs in, George weighs out. Other way around.
I was going to say, George is weighing in, Willie's getting ready for the Ave. We'll see him in action later on. But now centre stage for Chris Wall, formerly assistant to Luca Cumani. A really good operator in his own right, Chris. Remember, as Bruff just told you, this horse hasn't run since June, but absolutely spot on for his autumn target. And one for the archives. A handsome horse and a handsome moment for a good young trainer. And Chris was saying he thought it was 52 to 1. Well, it was at one stage, but with supporters like that here, the price has come tumbling down, something in the odds of around 17 to 1. It's beautiful summer's day, not quite as warm yesterday, late summer's day. All the style and elegance in the world.
And full pockets.
And full pockets. I was going to go on to say all the style and elegance in the world, and in some places, if not at Channel 4, perhaps less stylish. The full result now in the middle of the course, and they have confirmed the result to the masses. That's Royal Abjar, who ran such a fine race in second. Perhaps didn't see the mile out as well as Green Tune and Miss Flight. And the result now confirmed in the middle of the track. We're certain that Miss Flight, they'll be paying out on that one. A posse of press surrounding Chris Wall. Suddenly he's the most popular man at Longchamp. And Miss Flight owner Walter Grubmuller, trainer Chris Wall, and jockey George Duffield.
And here, a man who's the most popular person amongst the visitors, George Duffield. Plenty of cheering Brits as you came in?
Yes, it makes up a little bit for User Friendly game being in the Ark.
Oh dear, no, two years ago, wasn't it?
Yes.
Have you ridden here since then?
Yeah, I rode it last year and got absolutely murdered. If you remember last year, they nearly put me through the rails.
Oh, yeah, the terrible,
first
even worse
part of the
time,
race, yeah, knocked me back to nearly last. I had a terrible run, but today had a brilliant run.
But it's quite funny that people complain about runs, and here they absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it just not like the Red Sea for me. I couldn't believe what such a good run I had. You know, just a little bit afraid I might go and interfere with Zoman on my inside, because the two just in front of me were just creeping across on me quietly. I was hoping I was going to get there before I could and claim the position before they'd just close me off. But I was lucky enough to be travelling so well. I mean, when you're travelling well, you can go practically anywhere.
But so often at Longchamp, people have to fan about 20 wide, don't they? And here you've got this peach of a run there.
Yes.
Now, it was going to be very, very tight.
Yeah.
Can you see that winning post?
Yes, I can, yeah. But he's an horse, he's one of those horses, you have to bring him there the last bit. If you're there too soon, he'll pull up with you, because he idles in front, thinks he's done enough, so everything just went